Welcome back to Greenwood Field. Tim Blakicki here with the Look Homeward pre-match show. It is a gorgeous scorcher of an evening here in Asheville on Pride night. I have with me Dr. Abby Bowen. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Fantastic. Folks, as we get this broadcast going, as the fans pile in through the gate, as the tents are being put up over in the corner, just want to take a quick moment and thank everyone for their hard work to make this night happen. Pride Night is a special night for Asheville. It's a special night for this club. This club is founded on the equity and inclusivity that Asheville experiences every day. There's work to be done, but on just a day after day battle, this is a 24-hour respite to celebrate the hard work this community does every day, and we could not be more excited to have you with us. I have with me Dr. Abby Bowen from the Campaign for Southern Equality, a longtime partner of not only Asheville City but also the South Slope Blues. Abby, can you tell us a little bit about what you do with the Campaign for Southern Equality?
Sure. First, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you so much for everyone that's partnered with us. South Slope Blues, Asheville City Soccer Club, Old London Road. We're very appreciative of everyone that took the time to make this happen, and all the other sponsors. But yeah, so I work at Campaign for Southern Equality. I'm the research and policy manager. So I work a lot in survey data analysis. We're in the process of building another survey right now. I track policy, so legislation, local ordinances, that sort of thing, just to make sure we know legally what's going on with the LGBTQ community in the South.
How did you come to that position?
So as I was finishing up my dissertation, as the workload kind of started to decrease, I was really looking for a way to plug in. I knew I wanted a more applied career path, and I knew I wanted to serve the community as an LGBTQ person. It was important to me to give back. So as my workload kind of started to decrease, I started looking around for organizations whose values aligned with my own, and I found CSE, was blown away with the work they were doing, and reached out, and it just happened to be a good fit. So I've been really lucky to be where I am.
Fantastic. Abby, for yourself and for Campaign for Southern Equality, what does Pride Night mean to you all?
I don't think it can be overstated, what it means to be celebrated publicly. This has been a really tough year for the community, both in terms obviously of the pandemic, but also the legislation that has been proposed across the Southeast has been hateful, it's been discriminatory, it's been hurtful to a lot of people. So to come together, to see each other, to spend time in community like this, and to celebrate who we are, and to make everyone feel accepted, included, celebrated, loved, that it can't be overstated how much that means to all of us. And
a little birdie told me that in addition to all the amazing work you do with Campaign for Southern Equality, you yourself are a little bit of a soccer fan. Can you tell us a little bit about your soccer fandom, and how you came to the sport specifically?
I grew up in Spain. Soccer's kind of the lifeblood of every kid there, so started watching soccer very early. Came to the U.S., felt a little off kilter, and sports were just a very comfortable space for me. Which they are to a lot of kids, which is why it's so important that that's an inclusive atmosphere. But yeah, so just watching soccer and seeing athletes that looked like me and athletes that were, mirroring my life in some ways was very important to me. I remember when I first came out to my parents, it did not go well. They were not accepting or affirming. It was a very difficult time. And I remember the 2015 Women's World Cup. Megan Rapinoe had an athlete spotlight, and she was just so candid and so casual about her identity. It was so affirming to me in that moment. So I found a safe space within soccer specifically that was very personally comforting.
And I believe you're a Real Madrid fan?
I grew up in Madrid, so...
Well, we certainly won't hold that against you.
Oh, no.
Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into Dr. Bowen's research. Be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Continuing our conversation with Dr. Bowen. Dr. Bowen, very recently, there's been some pretty high-profile athletes come out as members of the LGBTQ community. Kiri Yokoyama and Carl Nassib in the NFL have come out and just who they are. We've seen the LGBTQ community support them. We've seen allies throw their arms around them. What does it mean in 2021, especially right now, for this sort of representation to be occurring on a national stage?
I think it's incredible. I think these athletes coming out, sharing their story, it's very brave. I think sometimes people have the mistaken belief that, today's the anniversary of marriage equality. I think some people kind of saw that as like, oh, the fight's over. And that's really not true. And so when Carl Nassib came out, I noticed that a lot of feedback he got, obviously there was a lot of support, but there were a few people that were like, who cares? What does this matter? And it does matter. It matters to the kids who can look up to an athlete and say, all right, I'm welcome in sport, right? That this is an inclusive space, that I can be gay and an athlete, or I can be trans and an athlete, whatever it may be. So I would caution people against that who cares attitude, and I would stress that it does matter, that there are people that look up to him and see themselves in his story, and there can never be too many athletes to come out because each story will resonate differently with people. Like we all come from such unique backgrounds that to see ourselves mirrored that way is deeply impactful. So major props to them and the bravery it took to do what they've done.
Yeah, as we sit here on June 26, 2021, we are 52 years past the Stonewall riots. We are 6 years after Obergefell. Progress is a finicky thing. It when you stand so close to it, it feels like it comes so fast, but when you take just a few steps back, it never is fast enough. It's very much like trying to hold smoke in your hand. I work for a nonprofit that supports individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and that sort of progress and acceptance. We're still sitting with Autism Awareness Month in 2021. Who doesn't know that autism? Who isn't aware of it? But I think we're moving past that slowly but surely. Certainly into acceptance, and eventually we hope we'll reach accountability. In creating those opportunities on a national scale and representing, I know some of your research was done in what representation entails and what it allows, and those sorts of, you mentioned how when someone sees themselves represented, they may slot into something and take up an opportunity that they may not have previously thought was available to them. In your research, what did you find specifically about sporting opportunity and what individuals who partook in those opportunities were able to parlay that opportunity into?
Yeah, so my dissertation is almost entirely about the political implications of sport. Well, it is entirely about the political implications of sport. And so I focused a lot on the individual impact of sport participation and what it means to a person to play sport, because we've known for decades, there's a ton of literature that says, playing sports is good for kids in a whole host of ways. And I was interested in if the people who play sports have any more inclination towards political ambition, right? Like, if you're thrust into a competitive environment, you're forced to develop this kind of confidence, like might that translate into other areas? And I found consistently that for women specifically, a history of playing sports and being in competitive athletics did usually translate into increased political ambition, meaning like the desire to run for office or the interest to be involved in politics. So yeah, I think seeing other people involved in sport, people that look like you, participating in sport kind of opens the door to, well, what can't I do?
That absolutely fascinates to me. It's definitely a 2 + 2 = 4 situation that I think would come along with common sense, but as we know, common sense isn't always so common. But it really places the emphasis not just on availability and opportunity, but I mean, you can really almost distill that down into like socioeconomic opportunities, and how when you start, across all sports, we're obviously here to celebrate soccer at the moment, but you see participation in youth sports starting to dwindle. You're starting to see pay to play continue to be the opportunity du jour of soccer specifically, but whether it's AAU with basketball or travel softball or travel baseball, these opportunities aren't quite as available as they were in the past, when the emphasis was more just on free play and community fields and parks and rec and things of that nature. But when you start to really peel that onion back and you start pulling those opportunities away from people, you're seeing the ramifications of that, not just necessarily on health and wellness, but also potential political ambitions.
Absolutely.
Do you believe there is a panacea fix for any of this? Is there something, a wall that we could potentially break through that could shift the tides in this area?
To make sports more accessible. Yes. Across like socioeconomic barriers, or?
And racial and gender and if you had a magic wand, where would you start with that fix?
Well, I think the first thing that comes to mind is the actual legislative efforts to keep people out of sports. Obviously, there are barriers across a whole host of factors that keep people from participating in a fair and equal way, but there's legislation being passed in the Southeast, especially this past year, that outright bans kids from sports, right? There's trans exclusionary sports bills across 6 southern states that have gone into law this past session. So I would think step one is, stop bullying kids, stop telling kids they don't get to play, stop setting up these arbitrary distinctions, and legally excluding children from sport. That would be my first, let's take down the legal legislative hurdle that these adults have placed on these children.
Absolutely, and I think that's more of a symptom of the culture wars that are currently going on, which seem to have been adopted since platforms and planks of a certain political party are kind of few and far between. Building off your research just a little bit more, why is it so important to give everyone the same opportunities?
I think it's important to give everyone the same opportunities because historically those have been denied, right? Kind of like what you just said, like we all come from different socioeconomic backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, and that repeats itself in sport. And it's sad to watch it happen because we know that sports offer so many different kinds of opportunities. And if that were a totally open and inclusive space, we might see different voices be elevated in a way that we haven't historically.
And that's, again, another symptom of falling into silos and not, creating exclusionary opportunities. Folks, we're going to take another commercial break, and when we come back, I'll wrap up our conversation with Dr. Bowen.
Hey, soccer fans, it's time to belong, believe, and be blue. At Ingles Markets, we are proud to be the official sponsor of your Asheville City Soccer Club. Our men's and women's teams are poised for another great season of exciting action on the pitch. You bring the energy, and we'll bring the food. Go big and go Blues. Ingles, your official sponsor of Asheville City Soccer Club.
Introducing the new pediatric ER at Mission Hospital, designed just for kids.
This is my 21st year as the baseball coach. I told the announcer I thought something was wrong. We need to get somebody up here. The Asheville High team trainer, Josh Owen, from Mission Sports Medicine, ran up the steps.
Tommy was exhibiting the classic signs and symptoms of a heart attack. We really wanted to make sure that he got care fast.
His role will never be forgotten. I knew he was my new best friend.
Yeah.
I'm Coach Tommy, and thanks to Mission Health, I'm a survivor.
Hey soccer fans, it's time to belong, believe, and be blue. At Ingalls Markets, we are proud to be the official sponsor of your Asheville City Soccer Club. Our men's and women's teams are poised for another great season of exciting action on the pitch. You bring the energy, and we'll bring the food. Go big and go Blues. Ingalls, your official sponsor of Asheville City Soccer Club.
Welcome back to the Look Homeward pre-match show. Folks, as we wrap up our conversation with Dr. Bowen, I want to thank you again for taking your time to be with us this evening. Dr. Bowen, what, in your opinion, having grown up in a soccer-rich country like Spain, and now come to America where despite MLS now being over 25 years old and the NWSL finally kind of finding a foothold, you're seeing the burgeoning lower leagues in this country, whether it be USL, the WPSL. We're about to watch an amazing match. You're seeing the sport grab a foothold. And one of the things that I think I especially appreciate was quickly mirrored in this country from Europe is the ability of soccer to be used as an agent of social change. In your opinion, what is it about the world sport, the beautiful game, that kind of lends itself to whether it be social change or the ability to leverage the supporter culture into different causes or nonprofits?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with athletes themselves. I can think of so many of the U.S. Women's National Team players specifically that have been so vocal and so public. I mean, the WNBA as well. I don't want to dismiss their incredible work this year, but soccer was like my love, and those athletes were the ones that I was watching on TV the most. And to see them vocally, support Black Lives Matter, or to be vocally and publicly queer, and to have their partners on TV and to be so proud of who they were and to use their platform to advocate for equal pay, right? So I think a lot of the social activism that we see in soccer is because of the athletes themselves. But again, like we're seeing that in the WNBA as well. I think those athletes have done incredible work this year, especially when Breonna Taylor was murdered, being very vocal and public on those issues. So I think it really comes down to the athlete, even when maybe the institutions they represent are not wholly on board. Their bravery to step up and stand for progress and equity is admirable.
Absolutely. Is the same true in Europe? Are athletes as vocal as they are here?
I'll be honest, I left Spain and I did not spend much time thinking about what was going on in Europe. I got here and I was like, the U.S. has a lot of problems. And I was like, I'm not thinking about what's going on in Spain right now.
We appreciate you doing everything you can to work on them. Dr. Bowen, I can't let you leave this conversation without getting a prediction for tonight's game out of you.
Oh, I think it would be cruel to say that anyone other than Asheville, City Soccer Club is going to win here tonight. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful that my hat is in the right place.
Well, at least we know your heart is. Dr. Bowen, thank you so much. Dr. Abby Bowen with the Campaign for Southern Equality. And folks, when we come back, we'll be welcoming Matt Stradley onto the Look Homeward pre-match show.
Back on the Look Homeward, a pregame show. Tim Blakicki, I'm Matt Stradley here with Bronwyn Lutweiler. As we get ready for Pride Night, SC United Bantams taking on Asheville City Soccer Club. Should be a fantastic matchup. Tim, this is not the first time Asheville City has participated in a Pride Night or even a Pride Month. Talk to me a little bit about the history of Asheville City Soccer Club and this Pride event.
Yeah, I don't think it would be hyperbolic to say that this club was literally founded on the concepts of Pride. Back in 2002, 2003 with the Asheville Splash. It was the first time that Lydia Vandenberg, Megan Burke, and Stacey Enos met each other in a sporting nature. It always fascinates me to learn how small the soccer ecosystem is, not necessarily in terms of money, but in terms of who knows who, and there's subcultures within subcultures. But once we had that sort of U.S. women's national team presence come and intermix with the sporting culture of St. Louis with Megan and the localness and the just the Western North Carolina native that is Lydia. They met here in Asheville, and then when the Splash disbanded, they each went in their separate ways. Stacey stayed local and was continuing to coach at Warren Wilson. Megan continued with her professional career, and Lydia went, she actually, I believe, went to play for the Charlotte Eagles very briefly before eventually ending up with the Chicago Red Stars. She also played in Europe. She also played in Brazil briefly. Lydia's story is just absolutely phenomenal. But they did eventually come back, and Megan tells a great story of a late night conversation in St. Louis in about 2010 after a few adult beverages, where the three of them came together and kind of put their stake in the ground of intentionality, and that they were going to eventually come back to Asheville and create something like the Asheville Splash. The bar that they did that in, the name of it is currently escaping me, but it is a historic venue. It's now closed, but it's a historic gay bar in St. Louis. So I think you, again, wouldn't be hyperbolic to say that the roots, the foundation of this club are rooted in the concepts of Pride. 2018, we had our first Pride night. It was against the Charlotte Eagles. That was not a coincidence. In 2019, we had it against Beaufort FC, Beaufort County FC. It was a fantastic game. Molly Dwyer nailed a 82nd minute penalty to win 1-0. It was also the last game of the WPSL season, and it propelled the club into the playoffs that year, which we eventually ended up playing the Charlotte Eagles again. I, again, don't believe in coincidence. I believe in preparation meeting opportunity, and Pride continues to act as a point of leverage. It acts as a beacon for this community to rally around, and it's just amazing that we get the opportunity to express ourselves on a pitch for 90 minutes in a way. I was talking to Dr. Bowen again on the pre-match show about how so often Pride is misconstrued as the culmination of an effort, but the progress never stops. The point of being a progressive is to continue to progress. You never stop learning new acronyms. You never stop. That the moment you feel like resting on your laurels, that's actually probably the minute you need to start working harder. But Pride offers a one-day respite from that battle. You got, if you're out there blooding your knuckles for 364 days out of the year, Pride Night is one night for everybody to stop and celebrate that effort and each other.
Well, you talked about the history of Pride and what it means to people. So what should we expect from tonight's Pride Night?
I would imagine capacity is still at 700. I would be absolutely shocked if this game does not sell out, or is at least very, very close to being the highest attended game of the season. Campaign for Southern Equality is set up over in the corner. I recommend everybody who gets a chance to go over there and learn a little bit more about the amazing work they do. And you know, this is another, to kind of build off what I was saying earlier, this isn't just about the 90 minutes on the pitch. That's the celebration, but the party, if you will, is a little bit bigger than that. And Pride definitely brings out maybe supporters and fans that aren't here. They don't have season tickets. They aren't here for every game, every midweek game. So there's a slightly different flavor in the seats and with the supporters, and sometimes that can be a bad thing. I think it's the best thing in the world here. It's an opportunity for the South Slope Blues to grow. It's an opportunity to meet new neighbors and new community members that maybe we hadn't met before. And I hope both of you have recognized this year, and I have no doubt that you have, how the energy that is surrounding this pitch is infectious and contagious. And every Pride Night we see our fan base grow just 10 stronger. It's like growth rings on a tree. And so we really, really look at these opportunities to show Asheville the best of who we are.
And a fantastic product on the pitch as well. It doesn't hurt a women's team that has lost one on the season, an away match, perfect 3-0 here at home. What do you expect to see tonight in tonight's matchup against the Bantams?
The poor Bantams. We played them midweek. I don't know if anybody was able to go back and watch that game. It was 3-0 before half. I was talking to Coach Heather and Kelsey Davis before the game out at Old London Road. Matt and I were out there, and both of them even admitted that maybe they took their foot off the accelerator just a touch after a halftime. We're certainly chasing the Eagles and their goal differential. I don't know if we'll quite get there, but we are certainly positioned well for the wild card in the WPSL South. A combination of chasing that goal differential, the energy that is going to be so palpable around this pitch. It's not particularly humid, but if you see anybody cutting anything with a knife, it's going to be that energy. And unfortunately, the Bantams are going to be the victim of it.
So is that a score prediction?
4-1.
That's a prediction, and I like to say on the bold side. But if you're going to go bold, right?
Yes.
Tim, I want to thank you for joining us on the Look Homeward pregame show. What a fantastic conversation. Campaign for Southern Equality. Is there still time to donate to the Pride Raiser?
Absolutely. We are now over $150 per goal. We have scored 10 goals in the month of June. I implore everyone, support your local soccer club, support your local cause. If you go to avl.prideraiser.org, it'll take you straight to our campaign. You can donate anything from $0.25 to 50 cents to $1, $5, $10. And again, at the end of the month, Pride Raiser will do the math for you. They will send you a link directly to Campaign for Southern Equality's donation page and suggest you made a $1 donation. There was 10 goals. You've pledged to donate $10. And again, everything is going to the just amazing work that Campaign for Southern Equality is doing. It may be founded and rooted here in Asheville, but they are helping everyone from the LGBTQ community across the South.
avl.prideraiser.org. We're going to send you to break. On the other side, we'll hopefully have the starting lineups for you. Have some Pride Raiser festivities as we get you set for kickoff. The continuation of the Look Homeward pregame show after this. Asheville City Soccer Club is made possible by Ingalls Markets. We're with you every step of the way. Mission: Health Sports Medicine. Proud to support athletes of all ages and skill levels throughout Asheville and the Western North Carolina region. Rhubarb, food and drink at their uncomplicated best. Mosaic Realty, make your next move with Mosaic. Carolina Color Tones, the leader in pre-finished siding. And Old London Road, where we watch. What a fantastic bar that is. They had the Euros on this afternoon. I stopped by. Before you talk about soccer, what do? You have to watch soccer. I'm Matt Stradley here with Bronwyn Lutweiler. Bronwyn, fantastic. You told me you've been there before.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good environment for soccer. Just a classic, football pub. There's a little place for soccer tennis up on the hill. Some goals set up. It's a real fun place if you're looking to talk about soccer, watch soccer, hang out.
Yeah, and it's a really chill environment. Fairly easy to find parking. Old London Road, not too far from Riverside Drive.
No, it's a really nice part of Asheville, and it connects the community to this team in a physical kind of way, and I think it just reflects the values of this club as well. So.
And this is a club that has found success and a home in a place where others have failed. And as it moves into, with its women's team now, its fourth full season, some impressive roots are beginning to take form. Do you see in the future Asheville City Soccer Club continuing to sort of lead the way? They're one of the couple best teams in the conference. Do you see that continuing, or do you see some bumps in the road?
Every team is going to have bumps in the road, no matter how long you're in existence. In fact, the longer you exist, probably the more bumps you're going to have. But I think this team is going to continue to grow as more players come from farther and farther away as well and embrace Asheville's community, and as Asheville brings up its own local players, as its youth soccer continues to grow, its college soccer continues to grow. It's going to continue to produce local players as well as bring in players from all over the nation, all over the world. I really see a bright future for Asheville City.
As the shots continue to pound off of our production band, I appreciate the screams of "look out" before the shots come flying in.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Bron, when you come from Georgia, which is a hotbed for soccer, and coming up here, what are some similarities that you see sort of in the youth soccer communities and maybe into some of the upper levels of soccer?
Well, my youth soccer experience was a little bit different. In high school, I went to Darlington Soccer Academy in Rome, Georgia, which is a soccer academy. It's like a club connected to a high school, so it's very focused on academics. But the club environment in Georgia is very competitive, and it's one that wants to create athletes who can play the game of soccer how it's meant to be played, and I think that's very similar to North Carolina soccer and Asheville soccer in particular. It's trying to create players and not only send them out into the world, send them to huge schools across the nation, but also keep them as hometown heroes, send them to places like UGA, like UNC, like Duke. And so I think youth soccer is, it's where everyone starts. And it's growing in America. It's growing for girls especially. And there's more opportunities to play and to grow. So it's an exciting future for soccer, for youth soccer, for women's soccer, for girls soccer, all around.
Rianne Coleman, USC, the South Carolina. She's also South Carolina's Gatorade Player of the Year in 2019. She played 9 matches as a sophomore with South Carolina, University of South Carolina. Both of these teams have players from high major schools that are competing today, as well as a player who has spent some time on trial with Racing Louisville. So it's going to be a high level of competition in today's match. What are you looking forward to? Looking back at the last match, it was 3-0 Asheville City at SC United. What are some things that you're going to be looking for clues to how this match is going to tip tonight?
Well, it's going to be interesting because I'm predicting that we're going to see a lot of chances in front of goal from Asheville. That's how the last game went, and unfortunately they were not able to put away as many as they wanted to, as authoritatively as they wanted to. And so if Asheville can get some early chances and put them away, I think that's going to set the tone for the rest of the game. But the longer that the Bantams hold them off, the longer that they press forward and threaten Asheville and keep them in front of their back line, the harder it's going to be for Asheville to score. So I think it's going to be an effort on both teams' parts. We know that all the teams in these leagues have talent, have individual players who can compete on a 1v1 kind of basis, but at the end of the day, it's how quickly and how efficiently and how seamlessly these teams mesh all those talents together that produces results.
Sam Dominguez and Eileen Murphy, quite a pairing on the back line for Asheville City Soccer Club. They've been, for the most part, an absolute brick wall, with the major hiccup being against the Charlotte Eagles. Otherwise, some of the best defense I've seen out of Asheville City that I can remember.
Yeah, those two are extremely solid in the back line. I would feel very safe having them playing in front of me. Their aerial power is huge for this team. Corner kicks and set pieces are the reasons that so many goals are scored in women's soccer, especially in collegiate women's soccer. Crosses are conceded all the time, not just because of talent, but also because sloppy goals happen in front of the box. They happen all the time. But with two center backs like Dominguez and Murphy who can get up and get the ball away before it's a problem, Asheville has had a solid defensive structure.
This June, the South Slope Blues present their annual Pride Raiser campaign to benefit the Campaign for Southern Equality. Pride Raiser is a unique way fans can make pledge in any dollar amount for every home game Asheville City scores at home in the month of June. Celebrating home goals this June will feel twice as nice. The process is easy. Go to avl.prideraiser.org, record your pledges. Donating at the end of the campaign is easy. Pride Raiser will send instructions to everyone who pledged. That's it. The South Slope Blues would like to thank you for supporting the Campaign for Southern Equality and for being blue with pride this June. We will send you out to break as the teams line up. It'll be a short break. We'll bring you back, watch the walkout, hopefully have starting lineups, and kick off for tonight's Pride Night. Asheville City Soccer Club taking on the SC United Bantams after this.
Emily Jumstead, Ariana Paez, Maddie Poole, Lauren Vintage, Natalie Estro, Mary Catherine Waters, Claudia Watson, Cameron Whitaker, Mary Kate Walker, and
As the SC United Bantams starting lineups are announced, we'll hold briefly before we'll talk about Asheville Cities. We've not yet been furnished with the names, numbers, starting lineups for SC United Bantams. We'll get you those just as soon as we can. What we can tell you is for Asheville City Soccer Club, it'll be Cameron Bollick wearing number 7, Sarah Clark wearing number 12, Emma Dawson wearing number 14. Sam Dominguez, half of that back line, Bronwyn and I just talked about, wearing number 35. Molly Dwyer wearing number 22. It'll be Charlotte McClure wearing number 15. Michaela Moran in goal for Asheville wearing number 1. Eileen Murphy wearing number 23. Jillian Oyas wearing number 19. Maya Poplin, number 13. And McKenna Silber wearing number 21. I put Bronwyn on the spot pre-game, and I said, what's one moment that's really stood out for you this season? And she said that the McKenna Silber flip over the goalie to Jillian Oyas, who put it into the net for the game winner, was one moment that stood out. And so we talked about Silber a little bit, and I feel bad because it was a fantastic conversation and one we didn't have on the air. Why don't you tell the wonderful people watching at home your assessment of Silber as a player?
Well, what I think she has that's so valuable for this team is that not only is she extremely technical and extremely strong and physical going forward as a presence on that front attacking line as a 9, but she also does the work defensively. She puts in the work to chase after balls that look dead. She puts in the work to chase after defenders, to chase after attackers who have just beaten her own player, and you'll see her racing across the entire field. So it's really her work ethic that sets her apart and makes her such a valuable part of this team.
Bisexual, transgender, and queer community has endured, and to rejoice the triumph of trailblazing individuals who have bravely fought and continue to fight for full equality. Pride is both a jubilant communal celebration of visibility and a personal celebration of self-worth and dignity. Tonight, Asheville City and our fans recognize the valuable contributions of the LGBTQ+ community and affirm our commitment to standing in solidarity with them in their ongoing struggle against discrimination and injustice.
The Pride Night festivities continuing on.
For the presentation of tonight's national anthem, directed by Simone Barnhart, the fabulous Asheville Gay Men's Chorus.
the national anthem for us tonight.
Thanks to Calvin for his assistance.
So we talked about the breeze at Greenwood, which is blowing directly into our face. Oh, look, here it comes again.
That'll be blue and purple.
It feels purple. I can't see, but that felt like purple. The smoke show is honestly, if you look that way, it's nothing but a rainbow, and it's absolutely gorgeous. My favorite part of the Pride Day festivities is the smoke show. I think Tim standing here and taking some of the pain and solidarity.
I'm not complaining at all.
Absolutely beautiful shot as it looks like the smoke's cleared, and about ready to get underway. SC United Bantams, Asheville City Soccer Club on Pride Night. Thanks for joining us. I smell like smoke. How are you?
Same. About
Yeah.
the same. Yep. Wouldn't have it any other way.
No, absolutely not. That was quite an experience looking up and then just seeing the colors saturate through our very being.
I mean, anyone who's out at this field today is really lucky to be here. This is such a reflection of the Asheville community, of the Asheville City community, of the soccer community in Asheville, and how they're all just embracing each other and celebrating each other. And I think this is going to be a game full of that kind of energy.
I think you're right. I also think that it is now officially a sellout crowd. If you were thinking about coming down and buying a ticket, just enjoy it online right now unless you've already got your tickets. It is a sellout as we prepare to kick off 700 strong at Greenwood Field. Thanks for joining us live on YouTube. And they were waiting for Tom Petty to finish singing. We're underway. That was nice of them to let Tom finish his verse. Asheville out wide. Oh, yes. Nifty move. Bring it back to the center. Across the back line.
I don't think Asheville's in any hurry here. They're going to possess the ball, see what opens up, try something out.
Flips all the way back. SC United's goalie scoops it up. SC United playing across their back line, just a touch too far. It'll be out for an Asheville City throw. Across the back line. Asheville high pressing. Nice spin by SC United. Now trying to move forward. Asheville getting a foot in at the vital moment. SC United holding on to possession, working it out wide. Moves towards the end line. Sliding it towards the box. Inviting cross, just missing. Two Bantams that have made their way And now Silber giving chase. She'll get onto the end of the ball. Keeps it in play. Silber takes her goalie back towards the top of the box. And SC United stepping in at the vital moment. Loose touch. Asheville City back on the ball.
I think Asheville's going to try to take advantage of lots of those moments. Dwyer came back to defend a ball. Won it, looked up and saw Silber on the run and sent her with that left foot. I think that's something they will not be afraid to try.
Rolled out of the back. As Asheville City got on it, and vital defending by SC United. Will be out for an Asheville throw. SC United on the counter. Ball pushed out wide. This shot from distance. Testing, but always sailing high. Moran.
And you can tell where the Bantams are trying to find their advantage, and they're looking to that left flank. Coming down, that's where they have speed, that's where they have skill, and that's where they're going to continue to try and put it. Asheville has to step in sooner. They had numbers when they were defending in the middle third, and then as soon as they allowed SC United to take space, to dribble forward, they also allowed the rest of their team to come forward and support. So that step is going to have to be sooner and with the entire back line if they want to deny these chances.
Trying to switch the point of attack. Asheville on top. It chops it off. Dawson has it. Back for Dominguez, who plays it forward. Dwyer touching it down, losing it on the. Really wasn't that rough of a touch, but SC United just there to step in front. SC United playing with a lot of confidence. Ball to the front. Still loose. Tipped down. Murphy chops it out of trouble, at least for now. SC United maintaining possession.
Asheville's not going to like that SC United has had the ball with a couple of chances in the first 5 in their own 18. They've already logged a shot, not on frame, but a shot all the same. That's not what they expected, and I think the Bantams are coming out stronger than they expected.
Out for an Asheville goal kick. Kayla Moran over for the kick. Five minutes into the game, SC United playing with a good amount of confidence. It'll be played out for an Asheville throw.
Again, Asheville's not in a hurry, but that doesn't mean that the chances that they get and the pressure they put forward shouldn't be 100%.
Good idea by Oyas. Chipping it forward. Did the goalie flash a smile at the crowd member who said, "Oh, what a save"?
Might as well. It's a compliment.
It was. Perhaps tinted sarcasm. Foul spotted. It'll be a free kick for Asheville City. Ball played through. SC United stepping in at the vital moment. United able to get onto the end of it, played all the way back for the goalie.
Asheville has run into this problem before, but they have to keep on to the ball in the midfield. They're going forward and they're having chances, they're building the ball up, but they're surrendering loose passes in the midfield that they can't afford.
SC United playing around the back. Asheville City. Dwyer, the run of the far post. Oh yes. Takes the pass. One touch. Slid into the middle. Chopping it forward. And SC United doing enough. Murphy feeds it back towards the top of the box, looking for Dwyer, chips it across the goal, looking for Silber. Here comes Arias, tips it forward. Oh, SC United bending but not breaking.
And those are the early chances that we knew Asheville was going to get, and again, they're going to have to just put those away and then be on their horse for this counter that they know is coming. That's what the Bantams want to take advantage of. There's a huge gap in the midfield right now as Asheville recovers. And that's where they can possess. That's where they can find their speed out wide and their technicality inside.
Maya Poplar doing a great job of wresting that ball away. Silber could feel it. She was getting ready to foul her, so she stopped. In stark contrast to the men's side, where they feel like they're about to foul somebody, and then they do it.
Yes.
Looking for the cross. Cross coming in. Wind carrying it over the back. It'll be a Asheville City goal kick.
Asheville's conceding a lot of time on these flanks, not necessarily closing down these dribblers extremely fast. And I'm not sure if that's a tactical decision put in place by the coaches or if it's just not being pressed soon enough. If they're dropping off, allowing space on purpose more, or if that needs to be tightened up. We'll see, but so far the Bantams have had a couple of crosses that have been at least threatening.
Pushed forward, trying to find the foot of Oyas. SC United stepping in. Now Murphy feeling that void. United. Searching ball, looking forward.
SC United's ability to pass around in the midfield with their mid-three, pass around players, build the ball up through passes, it's going to be very vital for them.
Dwyer's cross blocked out for the first corner for Asheville City this afternoon. Here's Dwyer over to take the corner. Asheville City low, looking near post. Chopped away by the Bantams. And now looking to counter. It'll be SC United. It'll be 2-on-3 on the break. As the White Shirts rushing to get back. The shot blocked. That'll be out for a Bantams corner.
Again, it's those quick counterattacks that are coming not through direct balls, not through quick dribbling, but through quick passing in the midfield. It's going to be what Asheville has to watch out for against SC United. Their ability to build quickly against the counter when they have numbers up is what has gotten them onto this left flank.
The shot blocked. Can it be held in? It will. It's ushered out for a goal kick for Asheville City. It's Moran back to take the kick. Moran, UVA senior. As OES touching it down. Tries to spin back the other way, loses it out over touch. It'll be a SC United throw-in. Here's Germstad. Leaves it off. Boy, when Murphy comes for a tackle, it's just best to get out of the way.
That's what I would do.
Searching ball forward. Dominguez steps in for Asheville City. Back for Murphy. That's absolutely what I would do too, just for the record. If it looks like she's going to tackle me to get to the ball, I'm going to save her some trouble. All the way back. Here's Mary Catherine Waters. Check that. It's Kaylee Bierman, the UNC Wilmington commit. Asheville City rolling it back across the back line. SC United comes away with it, looking to break. And it's Dominguez stepping in at the vital moment. She stepped out of that line with some assurances. Here's Silber on the other way. The chip! Silber careening it into the side of the net.
And those are the chances that Asheville is looking for. They're winning the ball when the Bantams have gotten deep, when they have threatened a little bit forward, and then they win the ball and they find the quick chance forward. Silber has been on for those in the past, creating opportunities by chasing these balls as the rest of her team follows behind her.
Bierman over, finds the ball she wants. Low and pushed forward to Ariana Paez. Searching pass forward, played out by Asheville City. It'll be a SC United throw on the near side. 15 minutes in, what have we learned, Bronwyn?
Well, again, the Bantams are playing through the midfield with short passes. That's where their talent is. Then they're looking out wide to their left flank, trying to put the ball back into these lofted crosses.
Just couldn't connect with Bollock. It'll be a SC United throw.
Nashville's trying to take advantage of these switching crosses, these early crosses to find runners, which is a good idea, and it's put them in front of the box a few times. But I think they need to possess a little bit more around the 18, around the wide areas, try and find the feet of Oyas and Dwyer so that they can put crosses in deeper and get numbers in the box.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. We believe we fixed the camera and the stream dropping. And that should be just about enough of that. So, apologies. We think we got it. Charlotte McClure subbed off. Claudia Watson out. Sprinting to the end line, unable to wrap her foot around the end of it. It'll be out for SC United. Goal kick.
Again, that's where Asheville wants the ball. They want to play around out wide. They want to get their players like Dwyer with the ball up high on the field, see what they can do with it, and get numbers in the box.
Ball tipped away. It'll be off of SC United. Asheville throw taken quickly. Need forward trying to slot in. Silber on the run, deflected right into the path of Bierman.
And those are the looks that Asheville is going to find. They're going to keep trying these passes. They're going to keep trying to split the back line, to play around them. They're looking to play good soccer. They don't want to capitalize on sloppy mistakes. They want to earn their goals.
We're still experiencing some technical difficulties. Bear with us as we work our way through them. SC United throw on the far side. Nice spin. Oh yes, moving forward, looking for Silber. Silber. It'll be played out. It'll be an Asheville throw. Here's Clark to throw in. Trying to find Olias out wide. The pass goes searching.
Can we just do a one camera until we do?
Silber brings it down. Cross. Left it a bit too close, and Bierman snaps it up. Maybe not as much bend on it as she wanted.
No, and it's difficult if you are going to play that early cross. If that's what you're looking for, then you do need to curl that back closer to the 18, between the 18 and the PK, especially if you've only got two runners in there that are pretty closely marked.
Blasted back for Bierman. The distribution high, deep down the middle. Murphy stepping in, continuing her run. My goodness, the marauding defensive back. Played out for an Asheville throw.
I don't think Asheville's been connecting how they want to in the midfield, through the midfield. They've been skipping those players like Dawson for the most part, and what they need is for her to be a pivot player, to find her to either play up through the middle, finding players like Poplin, or play out wide. Find Dawson, find Dwyer. Find Dawson, find Oyas.
Chloe McCleary, small into the game. 2 goals on the season. Dwyer in space. Dwyer from the top of the box. Trying to find that yard of space. Cuts it back. Ball loose at the top of the box. Tipped out. It'll be an Asheville throw. Drug that shot back across, trying to find far post. And just tipped away. Will be played out yet again for an Asheville throw. Here's Dominguez. Bollock plays it back. Murphy will get on the end of it. Thank you for your patience. Still working on the technical difficulties. We'll keep it a one-camera show until then. McCleary small, trying to get onto the end of it. Bierman off her line, scoops it up in time. Spearman's distribution, high, deep down the middle. That flick did just enough. Nice little bit of skill from Maya Poplin. Scrow over to take the throw. Aggressive tackle, Asheville. Trying to move the ball forward. Greb. Bollock. Dwyer. Tipped out wide. Here's Bollock. Has some space. Looking to get the cross in. At the 6. Wide open. Back of the nets. Asheville City leads 1-0.
And what a great bit of build-up. What a great team goal. The passing, the moving, the communication between this team to get the ball in the position to score. Everything had to go right for this team, and it wasn't an accident that it did. It was skill that brought that goal right to the feet of Greb, and skill that put it in the net.
Greb fairly freshly into the game. Asheville's first substitution of the afternoon. Boy, as a coach, it always feels good when your sub scores almost immediately upon coming in.
Yeah, it's definitely something you did. Those are the goals that Asheville is looking for. I was talking to Jillian Oyas about their goals. She felt that they weren't as earned as they had wanted them to be in their previous away game against SC United. And if that's not an earned goal, I don't know what is. That the build-up play, the passing, the communication between those players, and to just pull it off the way they did, seamless. That's a good team goal right there. I'm going to watch that one a few times.
Bollock had been moving more attacking as the game was progressing, and you've seen her made a couple of runs down that left side, and one-on-one chose to whip in the cross, and it was brilliantly placed right at the 6, which is where you always tell me is one of the 2 spots that you want to put a good cross.
Exactly. If you're dribbling down, threatening the end line, you either want to drag that back to the 6, between the 6 and the PK, or even to the 18. Drag it back away from the goalkeeper. And if you're higher up the field, if you're trying to put in an early cross to float it in, either bending away or bending right to the top of the 6, it's a dangerous position if you have players in the box. If you don't, that's a goalkeeper's field day.
Greb, whose inaugural season, 2018, with Asheville City Soccer Club. She's also an Asheville Shield coach, so someone certainly ingrained into this Asheville soccer community. Dwyer has some space. Dwyer through the middle. Dwyer couldn't get the dip. And we do want to thank Dwyer for sparing our production van. It took a graceful hop. Yoey sitting in the tin can there gets a headache if the ball hits the side of his van too much.
And I don't mind those chances from Dwyer. She's got the skill. She's got the ability to look up and know when to take that shot, when to say might as well and take a crack at it. And she used to do my goalkeeping training, and I will tell you that taking a shot from Molly Dwyer, it's not fun.
No.
Nor is it predictable. So
Dwyer is currently has had some workouts and on trial with Racing Louisville. Also former assistant coach with UNC Asheville. Tipped forward. Is it a brace from Greb? Greb on top of it, trying to turn. Foul called. It'll be on Greb. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I see that as being a foul, no card, so I feel like that was called properly. Dwyer gets a foot on it. SC United reacting first. The pressure almost getting to SC United, but able to play it forward. Into the middle.
The speed of this close by Asheville has increased significantly, and it is helping them win the ball higher up the field and avoid surrendering space, avoid surrendering half spaces.
Looking to find some space to get a cross in. Rebuffed the first time. The challenge curling towards the back post. Goes unheeded. It'll be an Asheville City goal kick.
Again, that's the area of the field that Asheville has to lock down. They cannot allow those crosses to keep searching across the face of the goal like that, because the Bantams, they know that that's what they have. They're going to keep putting that into that space, and then they're going to keep sending that ball with runners. And as we know, Murphy and Dominguez can track runners pretty handily, but it doesn't take much. A toe on the ball, a head through the ball, to get on the end of a cross and level this game out.
Moran comes up off of our line. She'll play the ball forward for Asheville City. Again, thank you for bearing with us through the technical difficulties. Looks like we've got them. Well, last time I said that, everything went haywire again, so we just won't bring it up. Clark for McCleary Small, played down the sideline, looking for the run of Silber. The foot race is on. Greb arriving near post. It's Dwyer far post. Gonna be out for an Asheville City throw.
And you can see that these players know their roles so well. Poplin was holding off in this space, not crashing the net, because she knew that her players behind her were doing that. Players like Oyas and Greb were getting up, whereas Poplin was holding in that space because that's her job, and it's the training that these players have put in as a team that have given them that kind of silent communication.
Rolled wide. Here's Bollock. Resets. Rolled wide, and I'll tell you, that was everything Ariana Paez could do to get to it, and it was an important intervention.
And she's been solid for this team so far as a defensive presence on the ball, tracking back, as well as getting forward, holding the ball, dribbling forward, taking space, finding passes.
It's going to be Mary Kate Wire out. It's going to be Grace Powell in for SC United, number 28. Has made her entry onto the field. Tipped forward, trying to find a way forward. SC United gets on it first. SC United still trying to come forward. Oh, nifty pass by McCleary Small. Rolled into the middle, some space. Settled the shot, floating wide.
Again, Asheville's doing well to get the ball to the feet of their strikers, of players who can take shots like those, who are confident enough to do it, who have the skill to put a ball close to that frame, and they're inching closer and closer. And I don't mind those shots at all, but again, the goal came from finding those deep areas, putting it back across.
One thing I would say is I've seen some spectacular shots off the foot of McClure. Although I agree the higher percentage may be from exploiting those deep spaces. Ball slid forward, SC United first on it, tackled away. SC United still the first on it. Trying to play back through, tipped up as Canizio into the game for Asheville City. Trying to find a way to get the cross in. pass, potentially top of the box is where you were pointing.
And that's where they're going to have their runners. Dawson's going to have to track back and cover that. Or communication between Murphy and Dominguez is going to have to send one of them up.
Reading into the chat, Fergus Carmichael is the men's team playing now too. They should be. They're down in South Carolina taking on the SC United Bantams. I believe that match is being broadcast in some way, shape, or form. You don't get to listen to the brilliance of Bronwyn if you do that, though. So I'm just, you know, you make your life choices. We're checking in to see if it's being carried on 11 Sports. We'll let you know. It is on 11 Sports right now. So that's the app formerly known as My Kudju. Ball just over the head of Silber. It'll be out for a SC United throw.
Bantams are going to look to take control and find some momentum here. They're taking advantage of individual, isolated situations, and they're going to try and string those together to put together a goal that levels this game out. And if they can get control and find some momentum, as Asheville struggles to possess here,
Bierman playing out of the back.
some problems.
Baez. It's McCleary Small now playing over on the left. McCleary Small keeps it in. Across, weakly forward. Silber, top of the box. Settled. Just taking some time on the ball. McClure. Chips forward, touch forward. McCleary Small, what a save! Bierman up to the task.
And that's a huge save from Bierman as Greb looked for her second there. A well-placed through ball and a well-placed shot, but well done by Bierman to come off her line there, to stay tall, to keep her shoulders over her knees there, stay balanced, and then really just rely on reaction that is made possible by good balance, by good positioning. And that's good goalkeeping.
Mary-Kate Wire back into the game in the 36th. Played out off Sam Dominguez. It'll be a SC United throw. It's a foot race. Silber gets on the end of it. Silber continuing her run. Tries to go near post.
And that would have been a spectacular goal had she been able to curl it into the top near post corner around the defender and the goalkeeper.
Okay. Take another look at the foot race on. Not a task that I would want. Cameron Whitaker made it tough for her, kind of cut down her angle. And when you're out on a run like that, you either hold it up or you take a crack at the near post, and she did the latter.
It's difficult to judge those moments because Silber tends to be caught out miles in front of the rest of her team. And so she's forced into angles where shots are low percentage opportunities, but the rest of her team is still running to catch up. And to turn and hold up the ball would kill that momentum and give, yes, her team time to get up and help, but also SC United time to get back and defend.
So a low percentage is better than the more than likely possibility of the attack just kind of fizzling out.
Well, that's the choice you have to make when you're in those situations, and Silber has to make them more often than most, I would say.
Silber asking for the obstruction, not given. It's played out for an Asheville City throw. Counterattack. Looked like it could have been on, but the ball bouncing too far forward. Be out for a Asheville City.
Substitution for Bantams. Returning to match is Claudia Watson. Substitution in the 41st minute.
Claudia Watson back into the game for SC United. Searching ball for it, SC United. Nodded forward by Asheville City. It'll be ushered all the way back to Bierman. Greb, high pressure. All the way back Bierman. Cleary Small has it, plays it on the curl. And SC United standing up to the test. Kicked off. Here's Canizio.
I think what's keeping SC United in the game right now is their ability to defend McClure in particular. The area that she tends to get the ball is on top of the box.
Grab the shot. Oh, what a save by Bierman.
Another stellar save. Again, mostly reaction. The distance between the striker and the goalkeeper there, not far, but the ball hits so fast. All you can do is kick your feet out from under you and get your hands to the ball.
What a clever pass from Chloe McCleary Small. Floated back post. Bierman tries to get a tip on it. Doesn't. That was a handball right in the middle of all the action. The shot. Dominguez nearly puts it in. Canizio nearly puts it in.
And that looks like a triple save from Bierman, if I am correct.
Bierman racking up the saves. And right. Yeah, absolutely. That was her hand that I saw it hit.
There's one.
Another
there's
save.
Two,
there's
and three.
I'm going to give a partial credit to Paez. Her possession on the line aided in the clearance.
Her position, yes, that near post player is integral.
The goalie's best friend.
But I'm gonna give credit. I'm gonna give credit to her.
Well, I'm not surprised.
As a fellow goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And that those saves are so difficult to make in traffic like that with a crowded box, one after another. It's incredibly difficult.
Usually my face. Out wide, cross top of the box. What a shot, what a save! Bierman is turned into a brick wall.
Another incredible save from Bierman. Her ability to stay on her feet as long as possible and to get set at the right time is what is making these saves for her. She was set early. She came up off her line, cheated forward, cheated into the correct position so that she was there early, set on time to make that save. She's doing all the little things right to make it look easy, and it's not easy.
Looking back post, over just about everywhere, and Canizio heads it wide. It'll be SC United goal kick. Entering the 45th minute. 1 minute of added time is what's been announced. Asheville City, a little bit of an insurance moving into halftime. They lead 1-0. Wide for Bollock. McCleary Small. And SC United had it, lost it. Asheville City pushing. Greb has some space. Bit of a loose touch. SC United plays it out. It's an Asheville throw.
The interplay up top from Asheville has been quick and incredible.
That'll do it. The blasts of the whistle send us to halftime. We're going to take a short break. Justin Nunez will be our special guest analyst at halftime. We'll talk to him about his travels across the United States, his experience in seeing different soccer clubs. Staff, get you ready for the second half. All that and more coming up.
Just for kids.
Welcome back on the halftime report. I'm Matt Stradley, Bronwyn Lutweiler, joined by Justin Nunez. FNDM 90. You've been some pretty awesome places, just checking out some pretty cool fandoms and the teams that they support.
Yeah, so the whole premise is supporter culture. What makes it unique in the U.S., obviously there's a great tradition across the globe, and We've already been to Louisville, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, and a bunch of other. What makes each city unique? Every supporter culture is connected to the city in its own different way, and that's why I had to come to Asheville, even though it's a USL 2 team and a women's team that's drawing larger numbers than you'll find at most men's games across the country. And I think there's something special going on. That's a great question. I think the thing that struck me the most recently was in Louisville. I mean, you hear this a lot, but in Louisville it was, they're making some big noise in the U.S. soccer culture, and every single person I talked to said it was a family. You know, everyone, so many people came to the supporter groups not knowing a thing about soccer, not knowing a thing about sports, and they were just found that family in those groups. And now, you know, they go from never watching a game to being the leaders of the capos, screaming their heads off, to making the tifos. And I think that's something, people are seeking community in soccer. That's why we're doing this. It's a sport where you can find that no matter what age you are.
Seeking community, specifically coming out of a pandemic where it felt like a lot of community was lost. It was very isolation-driven time in, I think, everyone's lives. How important is soccer coming out of an experience like that?
Yeah, I think it's one of the few areas where you can be who you are, and especially a year after being on your own, people are just looking for that sense of belonging and togetherness. And whether you're at a match, watching with friends at a watch party, you know, it's something you can share and come together. It's Pride Night or just a random Wednesday night match. You find family, you find those friends, you can hug and you can smile. You know, it's something special, and I think nowadays people are really looking for that in whatever it is.
What do you think of the first half? We want to take off your supporter hat, and I want you to just put on your analyst hat because you're our guest analyst. Let's analyze. Justin, what do you think of the first 45?
Yeah, quarters end, and they were giving quite some stick to the opposing goalie, and she was handling it well. I know Asheville got one in on her, but I got to say the goalie's keeping them in. I think, you know, you can probably expect a few more goals to come through. I just don't see how Asheville don't come out of this with 3 or 4 by the end of the night. They're just too powerful. Going down the wings, they have the pace, and it's just hard for them to stop it.
Yeah, you're right. Bierman has definitely been the personality on the South Carolina team that's keeping them in this game. She's come up with some huge stops that take a lot of skill to pull off. She's doing little things right. She's getting set on time. She's throwing her feet out saves. And we'll see if she can continue to do that or if Asheville's going to keep putting those out of her reach.
Nothing makes that sparkle in your eye quite like a good goalie. And like even we like to say, because we are very down the middle. We don't pick sides. No, never would. Bronwyn cheers for the goalies, no matter who they are.
I have to.
Absolutely.
They're all my friends.
It's a community. That's Bronwyn's community.
Well, she's getting put under it, so she needs someone to support her.
Justin, what happens in the second half, man?
I think if Asheville keeps swinging the ball and playing that first time or two-touch low ball in, I mean, that's catching them out every time. So if they keep doing that, it might get ugly here, but for the home side, it'll be a great outcome.
Justin Nunez, the FNDM90, it's at FNDM90 on Twitter, and the website?
You can find it at fandom90 or fndm90.com.
Check out his absolutely fantastic work, Justin. Thank you for being our special guest analyst. Thank you for all the work you do in all the communities, highlighting all these awesome things going on all over the country. Once again, special thanks to Justin Nunez, FNDM 90 on fantastic halftime guest. He's been to some really cool places, highlighted some really cool fandoms. He's brought to town by the South Slope Blues his interest in the link with Asheville City. Asheville City leading SC. I'm Matt Stradley here with Bronwyn Lutweiler. Bronwyn absolutely beaming because one of the people in her goalie, what do you call it, a cult?
It's a union.
A union, I apologize.
Yeah,
Kaylee Bierman absolutely having a half in the first half, and she's a big fan of the union doing well.
Well, I'm certainly a fan of Bierman now that she's come up huge for this Bantams team. Asheville has been knocking at her door, and she is...
Drags it back. Just a step in front of Silber, and I didn't know you could play one step in front of her.
Well, speaking of Bierman keeping the ball out of the net, those are the opportunities that are going to really threaten her. The balls, the crosses that are making her move across her goal, that are going to get her out of position so that she doesn't have time to set up, are going to be the ones that Asheville looks for to put away. She's a very good shot stopper, but it's those looks. It's looks where she has to move. She has to take a drop step and go across her goal, and maybe a player is unmarked, that are going to really threaten Bierman.
Molly Dwyer with the cross and just a step in front of Oyas. Asheville not far off, but the scoreline still remains 1-0. And if you're SC United, you got to feel only being one down and really just one good counterattack away from sneaking a point.
Exactly, and I wouldn't say they're feeling good about being 1 point down, but they are feeling good about their goalkeeper. They are feeling like they can trust Bierman, like they can take risks going forward because they know that they can lock it down on the back line.
So United working wide, and it's lost out over touch. It'll be an Asheville throw. Sold out crowd at Greenwood Field, capacity at 700. And ball played just a bit too wide. It'll be a SC United throw. You know, Justin brought it up a fantastic point. Sunset at Greenwood Field is a different time. You got the shadows of the mountains just beyond you. Silber trying to play it through. Oh yes, now moving forward. Chipped forward. Top of the box. And then played out.
I will say that evening practices on Greenwood are something else. They get you in a very grateful mood.
Oh yes, trying to turn. Chipping it forward. A safety play. Not a ball that she wanted to lose in that position. Chipped forward. Rolled down by Mary Kate Wire. Ball loose, knotted up. Greb trying to settle it. Chipped into the middle. Pointed back. Oh yes, is going to get on the end of it. Oh yes, and acres of space. Touches down, looks. The cross blocked. Oh yes, still gets to the end of it. Now cross, looking towards the top of the box. Gets all the way. Greb with the ball. The cross knotted away. From the top of the box, the drive blocked away. Oh yes, maintaining possession. It's chopped out. A foul spotted, and it's whistled on Oyas.
Surprises me. I've been wrong before.
That surprises me. It appeared SC United came across Oyas' body, did play the ball. I didn't see a foul, I saw a throw. Silber chipping it back. Oh yes, fantastic run. Oh yes, spotted in an offside position.
The runs that Oyas has made in this second half alone forward are putting her in an incredible position to get off services, to get into deep angle positions where she can cross the ball back. She is setting herself up excellently to receive these balls and then to play them back in. The way that she's checking away from where she wants to go, cueing her player into knowing that then she's going to go forward. She's winning herself these balls by moving off the ball.
Oh yes, has some space, tries the shot, blocked. SC United continuing to get into the passing lane. Advantage played, SC United carrying forward. Shoulder to shoulder contact, and Asheville City. Oh, that's a dangerous tackle. A whistle and a yellow produced. And genuinely, as late as that was, I could have made an argument against Germstead having maybe a yellow in a conversation.
I think you're right. It was late, it was from behind, and I saw some studs from where I'm sitting. So it's not the kind of soccer you want to see, especially when these teams are so close.
SC United moving through the midfield. Out wide. This is where they've found their best opportunities. The cross looking top of the box. Acres of space looking for a shoot. And banking it into the corner. What a stunner of a shot.
And that was an incredible shot to put away in the upper 90. Not much that Moran can do about it. The issue here for Asheville is that this player is wide open at the top of the box, and that's exactly where the Bantams knew they needed to be. It's those half spaces in the midfield that they've been parking their talented players in game, and they've taken advantage of it here in the second half. While again, Asheville needs to close that space sooner, but they should also have that player marked regardless.
It was absolutely brilliant shot that had plenty of time to take. Ball played forward, looking for Oyas. Touchdown. All tied 1-1. This a match Asheville City must have if they're looking for the wild card spot. Looking for Oyas. Oyas touches it down. Will be carried out. Shoulder to shoulder as Poplin lost her balance. Oh yes, for Poplin. Poplin runs down the line. Poplin continues to run. Keeps it in. Played out wide. Silber will get onto the end of it. Silber chips it forward. Bierman right there off her line.
Again, those are the opportunities that Asheville's looking for. That is what they want to see. That run has to cut in front towards the back post rather than around and to it. It has to be darting inside those center backs, inside the center back and the outside back to get in front of that ball before Bierman can get to it. But that ball also needs to come faster. When Asheville gets the ball up the field, the rest of their team has to get going with them. That's where the space for that shot that ended up in a goal against them was a space that was conceded because pressure wasn't quick enough. Pressure wasn't forward fast enough. And not only is that a defensive mindset issue, but it's also an attacking mindset issue. Sitting, the less you're telling your team you want to go up, you want to score.
It'll be an Asheville throw. Looking towards the top of the box. Oh yes, touches down. Oh yes, cross across, just missing the far post.
And an excellent ball taken down. The timing on that shot was incredible and just missed wide, but she's putting it in the right places. She knows that Bierman can stop this ball if it comes in her range. So she's putting it back towards the far post. If that had slotted in, Bierman was nowhere to be found.
Be off SC United, off Asheville City. It'll be an SC United throw. Chipped forward. Silber spotted in an offside position. The line shifting well.
Looks like she was coming back off from an offside position, or rather back on.
It'll be SC United kick, one that they're certainly sprinting to take. McCleary Small back in for Asheville City, taking the place of Bollock. Watson, number 38, back into the game for SC United. Nodded forward. Now flipped forward. Loose grab, gets a foot on it. Neither team able to possess. Pressure applied. And what a nifty move, now moving forward. Paez has some space. Tries the incisive pass, it's cut out. And played forward. Foot race on. Asheville City gets there first. The shot, I don't think she saw Silber crashing into the screen.
No, I don't think so either, but it's not a bad idea to try and lift that up and over Bierman, as she had started coming off her line, expecting Greb to crash the goal there and take it on for a 1v1, so she had cheated forward. So I think Greb looked up, saw that, and was going for the chip.
Addison Porter on, Asheville's number 9, a 2021 graduate of A.C. Reynolds High School. .58 minutes into the game. Asheville high press. SC United trying to play around, and Asheville stepping in. Porter looking near post. Rattled around for a corner kick for Asheville City.
And crashing the line like that is going to give you opportunities like corner kicks. It's going to take a look up from Porter there to see not only Silber's run, but also you've got Oyas crashing the PK totally open.
It'll be Oyas over to take the corner. It's her first corner of the night. Arcing, far post. Ooh, Murphy didn't miss by much. Blocked in. Chip from distance, far post. Oh, what a shot! Chloe McCleary Small! Absolute belter.
And a beautiful service from Dawson here to find the crashing run of Chloe McCleary Small, who can always be found chasing after balls, getting on the end of incredible services just like that. She can be counted on to finish when you need it, as she has just done.
Third goal of the season for Chloe McCleary Small. My opinion, by far the most impressive. On the short hop, the volley that's rising, you keep it down, you nearly roof it. Wow. We've seen some fantastic shots beat some quality goalkeepers tonight.
We sure have, and we've also seen those goalkeepers come up big, so you know that when it's a goal, it's an earned goal. And both of these goals from Asheville and the goal from SC United as well have been solid soccer goals.
Oh, absolutely. The assist from Emma Dawson, her first assist of the evening. Initially advantage played. I'm guessing that it wasn't on the Oyas challenge. Yes, correct. Yeah, they're pulling it back farther. The foul that occurred. Tried to play advantage, none formulated, so it's pulled back to. I think that's good officiating. I'm just making sure I feel okay. I don't say that a lot. I'm very critical, so if I say that that's good officiating, it must be spectacular officiating. Loose in the box. Trying to find space. Still loose in the box. Any port in a storm, it'll roll out for a SC United throw. I say that, but preferably not a corner. Check that, it'll be an Asheville City throw. Silber.
Excellently brought down by Silber.
Asheville buying a little bit of space. The attempted switch ball plays through. Oh my goodness, she's on it again. Can she get through? Can she settle it on her feet? Oh yes, pushing it wide. Porter has the ball. Oh, what an incisive tackle.
Here's where Asheville can't afford to step off the gas. When they've won the ball into that space, not through direct play, but through soccer, when they have earned that space like that, they need to keep it. And take some communication, as players were out of their normal positions due to it being a semi-counterattack. But in that situation, you need to fill a role rather than a position.
Late tackle. That'll be likely a warning.
It was late.
It was late, but the studs were down, and it wasn't from behind. So if that's the barrier for a yellow, it only meets one of the three qualifications. Ball rolling forward. Bierman off the line. There's Dawson through the middle. Silber takes it to the end line. The cross right into the waiting arms of Bierman. Was a check back cross on?
I mean, it's typically in a build-up play. You've got numbers up. You're taking it to the line. Chances are, putting it back across the goal, you're going to find someone. And if you look up, you might even find Oyas checking off your shoulder so that she can get a shot.
Substitution for the Bantams, returning is number 28, Grace Powell. Powell, number 28, returns in the 64th minute.
Grace Powell back into the game, the defender for SC United. It's been two absolutely fantastic shots to beat Bierman tonight. A worldie to beat Michaela Moran. Despite the scoreline, this is some of the best goalkeeping.
And we have seen some excellent goalkeeping on Greenwood Field from both Asheville City and their opponents this season, and that trend seems to be continuing here tonight with Bierman.
Ball out for a SC United throw on the far sideline. Played back in. Oh yes, battling. And fantastic joust won by SC United. Space to move forward. Drop ball dragged back.
Again, SC United's ability to hold the ball and pass around in this midfield is giving them space. It's giving them time on the ball so that they can put the ball in dangerous positions, get it to their key players.
Porter moving forward. Porter has some space in front of her. Got her feet sorted out. Oh yes, the option called in. Oh yes, chips from distance, looking back post, and Bierman there.
I do think that's the right look, as Porter was still occupied by a defender. She wasn't the option, so Oyas looked for the back post. If that ball, and the loft was right, but if it had curved just a little bit back away, but Bierman did a great job to come off her line there and come get that rather than sit waiting for that ball to come back down.
Switch not on. SC United stepping in. Ball forward, scooped away. Asheville City. Porter trying to fight her way through. Will be all the way back to Bierman.
Again, some good penetrating looks forward through this back line for Asheville. But there it's just Porter. So she's alone there against a Bantams defense that has done rather well to keep the play in front of them.
Poplin fouled. It'll be an Asheville City free kick taken quickly. 66 minutes into the matchup. Bierman fields it cleanly once she had to. Porter waiting.
Another good save by Bierman. Not one that people are going to rave about, but again, it's that ability to execute the small things right. She didn't let the ball bounce. She came up, she collected the ball before it hit the ground. She didn't give her striker an opportunity to close that ball down, and she made a decision early so that she didn't have to make a decision.
Asheville City's pressure. Wide for Clark. Tried to play the 1-2 back to Clark. SC United read it, but oh yes, stealing it right back. Dominguez from the back line.
And that's not a bad look.
Giving it right back. Dominguez to Murphy. Looking for Clark. SC United has the ball right around the midfield mark.
SC United's ability to close down those loose touches so quickly is causing Asheville to have some trouble maintaining possession.
Canizio pushing forward for Porter. Porter back across the middle, searching pass, trying to find the run of Oyes. Important deflection, now the foot race on. And it'll be out for an Asheville corner. Check that. Foul spotted on Oyes. Shoulder to shoulder contact, now a whistle. Ball lost. The shot. Murphy holding it in. Pushed wide, that'll be out for an Asheville throw. "70 minutes into the match, 2-1 Asheville City. SC United pulled even on a absolutely brilliant strike before McCleary Small gave us our current margin at 2-1, nodded forward. Porter on the end of it. Porter loses out, blocks the attempted clearance. And it'll just be played out for a Asheville throw. Murphy. Kluwer could get to it. Kluwer could get to it. Whitaker. Slides it just wide. It'll be an Asheville throw on the far sideline.
Substitution for SC United.
Whitaker out.
Caitlin Thompson, number 5, returns to the net. Henry 73rd minute.
Ball kind of tipped around back and forth. SC United coming up with it. Trying to look to break on the counter. Incisive pass. If that checks up, it could be trouble. And it's just rolling away from Germstad.
Congratulations, new fans. We have sold out tonight. Capacity crowd of 700 plus. Thank you for being here on Pride Night. Remember that we're back here next
to the 73rd minute.
7:30 p.m. Take our
Murphy from the back.
7:30 next Friday. Thank you for being here tonight on Pride Night.
SC United wanted to draw a free kick, and they got their wish. Caution issued to Emma Dawson.
Emma Dawson received the caution in the 74th minute of play.
The delivery just floating a bit in the breeze, which admittedly is towards the goal mouth Asheville City is defending. Didn't sit the way SC United wanted it to. It'll be Moran with the goal kick. Oh, what a nifty bit of skill from Elias. Oh!
I taught her that.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, sure. I'll let it pass. 9:07 on the East Coast. That's a good thing because that move was so sweet you can only watch it after dinner. Good Lord. Free kick for Asheville. It'll be Sarah Clark to take it.
Set piece is often a deciding factor in games.
Tough ball to deal with. SC United doing just that. It'll be out for an Asheville throw. Molly Dwyer over to take the throw. Roll on top of the box, touchdown. Shot from distance. Oh! Did it take a deflection? It did. Asheville City corner. Given the breeze and how it's growing, I'm going to guess it's an outswinger. Even though, yeah, OES will be striking it with her right foot, so it'll be a double outswinger. Floating right in the middle of the box, crushing the shot. Still free. Waiting for it to be given. That was a foot deep in the goal box when it was cleared. Okay. All the way back from Moran. Dwyer pushing forward. Oh yes. has it tackled away. That'll be out for an Asheville corner.
Asheville continues to threaten the goal with these tricky balls forward to penetrating deep straight runs.
We'll take a look. There's the header. That was a chin save from Paez. I take it back. That was fantastic. That was the far post, and your defender just hugging that line. Goalie's best friend, right?
Goalie's best friend. Near post coverage doesn't really work that well very often when it works like that.
Silber in space. Silber! The shot low, deflected away right to Bierman.
It's this defensive recovery and positioning from SC United that is keeping them in this game. It's Bierman, but it's her backup as well.
That's the third time a ball's been cleared. Silber's gotta feel frustrated. She's done enough to have gotten a goal, but she doesn't have a goal. Foul spotted. Substitutions. Hendry out, Poole in. It'll be Powell out. And Watson in. Down to the final 10 minutes plus stoppage time. It's been a weird game. There could be like 43 minutes of stoppage time. I just don't know. Baez across, handled. SC United keeping it in, keeping the pressure on. Out wide again. Bit too ambitious. It'll be an Asheville City throw. You're pointing to the top of the goal box again.
And that's where the Bantams continue to crash. It's where they're putting one player just to hold that space right above the D. And it's so dangerous if Asheville doesn't cover it.
A foot race. Bierman wins it, but only just getting there ahead of Oyas. It'll be an Asheville throw.
With Oyas' speed, Bierman had to make that decision early. She had to start running miles before Oyas did to be able to get there first. And it's been her decision making and her execution of simple techniques this game that have kept Bantams in this game.
Poplin in. Deflected. But SC United right there to pick it up. Rolled out. I think surprised to find Porter pressuring that quickly. Asheville throw. Porter battling again on the sideline. It's out for an SC United throw. Cross Clark has some room to move. Ball played forward, looking for the run of Silber. Spotted in an offside position as the flag goes up on the near sideline.
SC United's back line has cued into Silber's quickness off the ball. She's making her runs straight forward, knowing that a direct ball is going to come, because her teammates, like Sarah Clark, know that she's on that run. And the Bantams have cued into that, so they're holding their line as she's darting at them, catching her offside.
Played through the middle. Poplin chops it away. SC United takes it quickly, looking for space, played out wide. The cross, nodded away. Ball settled, the shot from distance. Tough short hop.
That hop before that ball, it is actually difficult to handle. Moran made it look easy, but when that ball skips into you, like when it's curling down and right at you and it takes that hop, it's hard to handle, hard to hold and not bobble.
Porter spotted in an offside position. You wonder if the official gets played per the flag raise, or you think it's just hourly? I think it's just hourly. Porter out, Greb back in for Asheville City. Into the 85th minute. Pushing wide is Watson. Watson all the way to the byline. The cross, low. And into the side netting for an Asheville City goal kick. Just missed wrapping her foot around it. I think if she could shape that ball in, it's a dangerous, dangerous pass.
Any pass curling away from the goalkeeper into the box against runners is a dangerous pass.
Wide for Clark. Just napped right off the toenails of McClure. Tipped away, Dominguez comes up with it. Looking for Greb. Greb will get on the end of it. Low. Behind is Canizio and a penalty spotted. Check that. Silber was the party that was shoved from behind. Silber scoops the ball up and places it on the spot. It'll be Silber. Silber standing over the shot. Silber! Extraordinary! Finds the back of the net!
And Bierman guessed the right way. She went down correctly. She got that hand down low, but the shot was too fast and it was curling right into that back corner. There's nothing any goalkeeper can do about that penalty kick. Just placed perfectly.
And kept it low. It's tough to get that velocity on it and keep it on the ground.
Silber's second earned penalty kick for this team, her first converted. She's going to be happy about that one.
She should be. That was a fantastically taken penalty. Asheville City up 3-1 over SC United. Played forward. Oh yes, giving chase. SC United settling on the ball. Pushed out wide. All spotted on the challenge. It'll be a SC United free kick. Played in, top of the box. Nodded forward. Moran ushers it out over touch. It'll be a goal kick. This Asheville City team, as we enter into the final 3 minutes of regular time this season for this club. 12 possible points to earn at home, 12 points earned if everything holds up, which would be a spectacular comeback from SC United if it didn't. this club has been fantastic at home. What's the key to success?
Well, we've always said that you have home field advantage if you're playing on Greenwood. But tonight, it's Pride Night. There's people out here who are genuinely just so excited to watch these women succeed on the field, and you can feel it.
Has some space, some room in front. The chip from distance. Using her footing at the vital moment. Germstad planted, and the plant foot just slid a little bit, and that's all it took. Silber earns a rest. And then the 2 minutes added time. The fourth official holding up 2 minutes on the board. Clark. Murphy for Dominguez. A little showboaty, but I like it. Why not?
Max never get to do that stuff. Just let him.
Oh yes, on the ball. Cuts it back towards the middle. Miscommunication. Tried to slot one in. It'll be... Just kidding. Clark on the ball. Dawson for Dominguez. Dawson for Clark. Into the second minute of stoppage time. Canizio back. Played forward, looking for the run of grab. And be out for a goal kick. Check that foul on Greb spotted. It'll be a free kick.
I'd rather have a goal kick right there.
I was going to say a difference without a distinction of maybe cutting down ankle.
That's what
it really was.
We came out here to see, and that's what we saw. We saw saves, we saw goals, we saw build-up play, we saw incredible individual technicality from Asheville players, from SC United players. We really saw good soccer out here tonight.
Some fantastic goalkeeping. Kaylee Bierman, the UNC Wilmington commit. Boy, the Seahawks have something on their hands with her. She's fantastic game tonight.
They'll be glad to get her coming in. She really performed tonight. The score, but it's not to her fault at all. Asheville put away some extremely difficult to save shots. I'd say even impossible to save shots. So unfortunate for Bierman, but if I were her, I'd still be proud walking away from this one.
Absolutely. The shots she saved, I'd say at least 50% going into the net. One-on-ones, you don't typically win those with as much frequency as Bierman did tonight.
No, not at all, and it was her confidence going into those. Again, her execution of little things that she did right, getting set on time, communicating with her teammate, reading the ball, coming off her line when she needed to. That's what made those saves for her.
A makeup game, the next on the agenda for the Asheville City Soccer Club. This the last match of the season at home, unless something crazy happens with the playoffs.
So quickly when they're all coming from different teams, different programs, different states, different careers, and they come together, and when they're on this field, they come together. And the home field advantage of these South Slope Blues always helps, especially on nights like Pride Night. But to see this team progress, to deepen their bench, and to come together on the field to put together incredible team goals with individual talent coming together, culminating in cooperative goals. I think that's what this Asheville City team has going for them.
It's been a fun season. Still wild card contenders. We'll see what happens with that as they will finish their season on the road. The applause from the South Slope Blues met with the applause from the Asheville City Women's Soccer. The applause from the Asheville City Women's Soccer Club. Asheville City Soccer Club is made possible by Ingalls Markets. We're with you every step of the way. Mission Health Sports Medicine, proud support athletes of all ages and skill. Carolina region. Rhubarb, food and drink at their uncomplicated best. Mosaic Realty, make your next move with Mosaic. Carolina Color Tones, the leader in pre-finished siding in Old London Road, where we watch. It's a 3-1 victory on Pride Night for Asheville City Soccer Club. We'll leave you there. 3 points. The Asheville City Women's Soccer Club. We'll see you next time.